Ooh, auto chaps, I'm MagicalMike. This is no Refuge, the Seeds of Truth, and this achievement is Dodgy Crowd. But pay attention to this cutscene first, where Windrunner is going to show you Windmane, I don't know his name, it'll tell you in a sec. It shows you his attacks, Windmane. So he's got this whirlpool that you got to avoid, he's got that wall of wind that you got to avoid, and he's got these spikes that he throws out at range, which are completely harmless really, and you can tank them forever. Now the best way to do this is to abuse the fact that you have tons of ranged attacks. Well, I say tons of ranged attacks. Really, you've got two main ranged attacks. So he's invulnerable at the start, and he will remain invulnerable until you kill these earth elementals. And you want to abuse the fact that you have ranged attacks in the form of skill 5, and your caltrops, which is, you know, my E skill on the bar there. You want to abuse that fact because when you kill the earth elementals, they drop these whirlpools. Sand whirlpools? I don't know what to call them. The sand stuff on the floor that you have to avoid. And if you're stuck in melee against them, there's a very good chance that you'll just take a hit from it for no good reason whatsoever. So you've got 2 or 3 options here. You can melee it until it's low, and then you can throw an immobilizing dagger at it and then kill it from range. Or you can do skill 5 and just stay just out of range of it, which is what I'm doing. Or you can try using the caltrops to slowly condition them out. But my method involves using skill 5 to kill the earth elementals, which is very simple and you can stay moving and keep well aware of everything that's going on. And then using the caltrops to get rid of Windmane's health when you have the chance. And occasionally throwing daggers at him when I have the chance as well. So here you see I'm abusing the fact that it has quite a large radius on the caltrops there to be able to actually still damage the guy. Another thing you'll want to pay attention to is your minimap, because the minimap will ping whenever a wall of wind is about to come at you. So you want to pay attention to the minimap, you want to pay attention to the sand on the floor, and you want to pay attention to where Windmane is standing, because at any opportunity that you have, and he's well away from all the whirlpools, you want to get as much damage in there as possible. So skill 2 is going to do a ton of damage to him. If you're invisible, if you're in stealth using your elite, then you've got a very good chance to get a bunch of damage in as well. And really, this isn't so difficult as long as you can pay attention to everything. The reason I'm doing a guide in the first place is because this took me about an hour and a half because of just bad luck. Yeah, you probably struggled with this yourself just because of RNG. Sometimes he'll just decide to put a sand whirlpool thing underneath you for literally no reason at all, and he doesn't have any tell for it whatsoever. So the best way to avoid that, I've found, is to just abuse ranged attacks and take him out very, very slowly. You see I'm still making progress, it's just not as fast as it would be if I was just to melee him. Also, if you're in stealth, he doesn't really tend to put the whirlpool down below you at all, so at any point that you have that opportunity to go in stealth, then do it. But you'll see for the most part I don't. I do right at the end, but there's nothing much I can do about that because I've somehow managed to cover the entire area in whirlpools from the dead earth elementals. So another piece of advice would be to try and kill the earth elementals around the edges of the arena to give you more room to move. And I guess the last piece of advice really is to take it slow and try not to get too frustrated with the irritating fact that you can't skip any of the cutscenes here and you have to constantly redo all that stuff. And finally, make sure you know how many dodges you've got, what skills do, and in fact, when to use them. Don't just dodge randomly. Remember, you've got your 2 dodges regularly, you've got your heal skill, which is an evade backwards, you've got, in my case, Q is an evade, and in the very, very most dire circumstances, I don't recommend using this, but if you've got nothing else that you can possibly use, skill 3 is also an evade, but it's so random that it can often just throw you in to the attacks that you want to avoid. So there we go, Dodgy Crowd. Glad I got that one, and that was kind of a pain. Also, probably easier if you take someone else with you, but there you go, that's it. I've been MagicalMike. I'm very upset that that took me so long. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.